I found the ideal endurance training fuel. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Andy, ultra cyclist on the south coast of England. I'll go into what that endurance fuel is, bit of an announcement. It's just a short one for Monday, so won't waste too much of your time. And it wouldn't be my channel if I didn't do a short video and deep dive on what it is and why. Well, if you've been watching for the last 3-4 weeks, you'll know I've been figuring out nutrition. How many carbs per hour, mostly, but also what to eat. It was partly off the back of All Points North. At one point I had a bit of a flat spot, energy-wise, ran really low. So I looked into what I was eating and turned out it was pretty low on the carbs per hour side of things. I was eating about 40 grams of carbs per hour, and depending on where you are, depending on who you ask and where you look, 60 grams plus per hour is pretty much where you need to be. So testing 60 grams per hour felt really good. And you're talking an extra 50% on top of what I was eating already. So really makes sense. While I was doing that, I contacted a few companies to see if anybody was willing to help the channel with the nutrition side of things. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Partly the outcome of all of that work into nutrition, but also partly some really good news for this channel. If you don't know, I've been making these videos since about September, October, so not that long really. I really appreciate how many people watch these videos. And because of that, there are some companies that want to help out. So I'm really glad to have found how many carbs per hour I should be eating. But even more exciting, I found a company that want to help too. I did have a choice actually, and what I chose was Veloforte, which I'm sure you might have heard of. I know some of you, a couple of people that I speak to on here use Veloforte stuff already. And there's a couple of reasons why I thought these were a really good option. I'll explain my take on it. If you're not interested in all the waffle and you're just interested in a bargain, then there will be a discount code now in the description. So I'll put that in there for 20% off of Veloforte products. So that's really exciting news. But the long story, if you want to hear it, the reason why I think these are better than the alternatives that I tried, I'll get into the weeds a little bit. So if you know nutrition to some extent, then you may understand the difference between macronutrients and micronutrients. So macronutrients are the proteins, fats and carbs. And most of the time people are focusing on carbohydrates in cycling. We want a certain number of carbs per hour. And it's true. That's what's going to give us the energy. Some people who might be fat adapted can rely on more fats. So for the most part, sugar and carbohydrate is king. We want a certain amount of carbohydrate per hour to fuel the workout. It's true. But I'm riding endurance distance. So when I'm out doing training rides, this is what's going to fuel me for those 6-7 hour rides. I'm going to be putting roughly 1.5 bars per hour into my body to fuel them. That's going to give me carbohydrate for fuel, but all the while I'm ploughing those bars into my body, then I want more than just carbohydrate. I could just be eating rice-based, simple carbohydrate bars that give me stacks of energy, great, but why not get in fruits and real food to flood my body at the same time with micronutrients? That's my logic on why I think these are such a great product. It's real food, heavily fruit-based, lots of vitamins and additional micronutrients that I'm ploughing into my body, all the while my body's burning through the carbohydrate and sending the contents in that bar all around my body. So yes, I want to be fueled, I want to be strong for the training ride, but my logic is if I'm at the same time flooding my body with these micronutrients and fruits, all those natural goodies, then that's going to give me a much better chance of recovering better after the ride. Hopefully that makes sense to you as well as to why it's a really great product and strategy from an endurance point of view. This one as an example Classico, citrus fruits, almonds and honey. And all of the bars vary, taste really, really good, and there's lots of really good stuff. And about 40 grams of carbohydrate per bar. If you saw me eating those silver foil supermarket bars in previous rides, what I always ate before, those are, to be honest, hard work to get down. Dry, crumbly, bigger, and they're half the carbohydrate per bar and far less good stuff in them. So I'm really glad to have Veloforte on board. And aside from that, it's really good news for the channel that there are companies that want to help out. So full disclosure, if you order from Veloforte, you get a 20% discount off your order, which is pretty good. I get a small amount of commission, which is going to help me for things like the transcontinental race. Everybody wins. So yeah, I'll probably do something like this whenever I pick up a sponsor or a partner of the channel. I'm not going to put anybody's product on here that I won't use long term, because there's not really any point. There's really no point. This is going to save me some money and help me towards some of the races that I do and some of the costs of those races. But I wouldn't bother if I didn't think it was right to advertise it to all of you. So I expect probably most people would just kind of flash this in a video and it would pop into one of their videos at some point. But I really appreciate what they've done to offer me this help. It's not really from them much of an outlay financially, but I thought I'd do an actual video and announce it and explain why. So anyway, this is just a short one. So I'm going to get back on my bike. I'm on a mountain bike ride through the South Downs Way, and you'll see the rest of this on Thursday when the actual video goes out. But I just wanted to get this out as a standalone video in the meantime. So yeah, tune in on Thursday, where we're going for a mountain bike ride through the South Downs. So look after yourselves. See you then.